Greetings, friends. Okay, so we're going to get started. Sorry for the delay. I'm going to wait for a few people to get in. And I'm going to be doing some quick reads today, so we're going to go over a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I'm going to try to go over what I was talking about the day before yesterday. I might not be able to, just so you'll know, because like I said, I'm going to add it all up on the YouTube. So if you have any questions, you can always ask. So, all right, so let me adjust this so I won't be looking extra crazy, because I feel like I do look a little crazy. You can never go wrong with red lipstick. Anyway, okay, so what I'm going to be doing today, this evening, I'm going to be talking about the 5-month recap. And that means all the stuff that I've seen. Now, I'm going to try to go over what I was talking about the last time, if anyone didn't hear it. So I'm just kind of go over it real quick. And then also I'm going to talk about the last part that I discussed, where I felt like it was very important. And why I felt it was very important, because it was. I was talking about how, women or men, if you got children, that are athletes, that are, football players, NBA players, baseball players, anyone that's in a position where they're great at it. And I truly believe you really want to watch who they date. And I was talking about, many years ago when I used to have a friend of mine that played for the Chicago Bears. And I remember he told me that they had rookies that they would have these conversations with. And the rookies they would talk to, and they would tell the rookies that they had to be careful of gold diggers. They had to be careful of a lot of these women that's out here just, trying to set them up or whatever, trying to get, pregnant by them and all kinds of stuff. But it doesn't even matter. The point is that the young people, not just the single moms or whatever. I mean, it's anybody really. You just got to watch your kids. Because if you got somebody, a woman or a man, even if you're a single parent, please pay attention to your kids. And I truly believe that the rookies, the agents, they should make sure that the athletes have some kind of spiritual protection. Like they should have somebody protecting them, because this world is hateful. And let's say, for instance, somebody like your lifestyle and they want to be a part of that lifestyle. You have to be careful of spiritual warfare, because that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to attack people spiritually to dominate. So you have to be in a position where you protect your kids. I really pray that all athletes, NBA players, basketball players, football players, get you a spiritual advisor. Have your coach, your agent. Please, agents, if you got any inspiring, great athletes that's going to be great, protect them at all costs. Because you might have somebody that may be looking at him like they next meal ticket. So you got to be careful. So I'm saying, please, he would tell me that the rookies would all go to this meeting, and then the rookies, they would tell the rookies, be careful of the gold diggers, be careful of these women that's out here, trying to set them up. And they need to talk about them having spiritual protection. They may tell them all that other stuff. They may tell them, be careful of this, make sure that these women are healthy, make sure this, make sure that. They talk about all that, but they don't never talk about them having spiritual protection. People ain't just walking up to people and just saying, oh, by the way, I think I want to just hurt you today. They're doing it in different ways where you don't know. And I always try to tell people, be careful. People will try to hurt you spiritually if they can. If they think they can get away with it, they will do it. So this is the world we live in, and I'm not going to stop talking about it. And I think I am going to keep talking about it. Women, men, mother, dad, uncle, adopted parents, whoever, if you got an athlete, men or women, if you got a girl or boy that's an inspiring athlete, protect their future. Have them spiritually grounded. Sometimes prayer ain't enough. You're going to have to actually really have some type of spiritual protection to protect their greatness. Protect them. Because these women, so many men, I mean, even if you see about what happened with most of the guru, not the gurus, but the people in the music business, people that's just like, just et cetera, et cetera. I think a lot of times, people don't ask for what happens to them, but I think if some of these men, not all men, if you love your parents, if you love your blackness, I'm African American, I am an African American woman, but I truly believe if you love where you come from, pray and ask God for discernment before you date these different women. Make sure that they're with you because they're supposed to be, not because they're trying to force themselves on you. They're trying to put the claws in you. Make sure these women really want to be with you because they want to, not because of what you can do for them. Because let me just tell you this. When somebody really wants to be with you, it's going to be a whole natural effect. You don't feel desperate. You don't feel crazy. You don't be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? See, and the sad part about half of these women, they tell on themselves. I mean, if you can go back into like the news archives, you can hear where what's that guy's name? I can't think of it because I'm really not into like sports, but he literally said, I'm not going to say his name, but anyway, this particular football player said that his wife was praying for him. That's why he won so many Super Bowl rings. And he felt like after they divorced, he lost his good luck charm. Now, first and foremost, if you know your wife is praying for you, why would you tell the world that? And why would they write about that? Then you got to think about, did she do that to get him? Why would you tell anybody that if your wife is praying for you? My husband loves that I pray for him. But why would you tell the world that whatever her name is, Gazelle, whatever, the Brazilian chick was doing all this stuff to help him? Who does that? But then it makes you think, did she do it to get him? Because he was married and his wife or fiance was pregnant when she met him. So you got to keep in mind, what is the real source here? Who is really loving who? Yeah, think about that. So when I saw that, it made me want to talk about it. Because I'm thinking to myself, you won all these Super Bowls. But then you write about it in I think it's Yahoo News segment. Anybody can search for it. You can see, I don't know what his name is, Brady or whatever. I don't know. I don't know nothing about football. I'm not a fan. But I do know about spirituality. And I can't nobody deny that. 35, 40 years strong. I just can't believe I read that. I was like, he actually told the world that his ex-wife did all kind of rituals and spiritual stuff to help him win the Super Bowl. If that's not the CEO of the idiots, I don't know what is. Who would tell the world that? Even if you're not with her no more, why would you tell somebody that? I don't understand that. Anybody could go online and research this, and you will see that he said that. He literally said that she did her thing, had her little ritual prayers, had some crystals, had a little altar. He said the whole thing. I promise you, you could go online and Google it and you will see that he said that. And I said, why would you tell the world that? If your wife is praying for you, why would you go and tell people, I think this is why I won the Super Bowl and this is why I won so many rings? I don't understand that. Anyway, getting back to the point, because I don't want to get off the point. The point is, women, men, adopted parents, grandparents, protect your loved ones. If they are athletes, if you see that they got a star and they was born with a star on their head, if they were born with something, protect them. Because you might have somebody out here that's waiting to sucker punch them financially. And if somebody is with you because you have status, if somebody's with you because you have money, how do you know if they really want to be with you? You know how I was able to date, if back in the days when I was younger, when I dated athletes, you know what made them like me? Because I didn't care what they had. I didn't care how much they made. I remember I dated this one guy. He was like, do you know, you should look up my stats. I make $6 million a year. You need to look up my stats, my steps. Whatever he said, I think it's stats or whatever. He told me to look it up. I don't need to mention his name because it's not important. Maybe later I'll put some pictures up. And I could have probably married him, but he had a gambling problem. So you making $6 million a year, but you have a gambling problem. I didn't understand that. I'm thinking to myself, you make $6 million a year, you play for this team, you got a gambling problem. I didn't respect that, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to be with him. And I used to tell him, don't spend that kind of money. I've gone out with celebrities when I used to live in LA, and they would pay for the whole club. And I remember I had this one friend of mine, I don't need to mention his name, he's a very prominent actor. And I remember one time we all hung out, and I told him, I said, don't have these people using you. Why are you paying for their stuff? I'm the type of, I was that type of chick, like, don't pay for this. Don't buy this. I mean, maybe they could write it off as a write-off, but I told them, I was like, don't do it. They was looking at me like I was crazy, especially the one that made $6 million a year. He was like, I make $6 million a year. Check my stats. And I looked at him like I didn't even give three rats asses what you made. He couldn't believe I didn't care. See, when you're a woman that have your own, and you do everything for yourself, and you have your own money, you're not impressed with what somebody has. You're not. And most people that have their own money, if you travel, you've seen different things, and you've dated certain types of people, there's nothing they can do to impress you because you don't care. You don't. I just really feel really bad for a lot of these men that have prominent positions, be it entertainment, be it athletes, be it anyone. I just feel so bad because for someone that you've been with for years and they take everything from you, they never really wanted to be with you. And I truly believe if a man is with a woman more than 10 years or even 3 years and they don't marry you, stage left. Get the hell out their face. Because if somebody's not going to marry you, you don't need to be with them. You do not need to be with them. And thank God, because I was engaged a few times, but I said, nope, I didn't want to marry for money. I want to marry for love. Because I figure if you have somebody that truly loves you, you're never going to miss with that. But if you're with somebody that is with you for monetary gain, you're going to know. You're going to know, and then not even that, the relationship is not going to last. Now, if you got your own money and then they have their money, then it all kind of works out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they got their money and you got yours, then you don't really have anything to worry about because you're in a situation where y'all both got your own little coins and put them together. But I just want to talk about that because if somebody really care about you, they're not going to be with you for what you can do for them. And that ain't your person. If you are with somebody for what they can do for you, it won't last. Because as soon as they get tired of you, they're going to find somebody else. I remember I had someone told me, women like you come a dime a dozen. I said, oh my, women like me come a dime a dozen? It hurt my little feelings. Then I realized it's a lot of chicks that look very similar to me. With the little light hazel eyes and the little light skin and, whatever. I said, wait a minute. Girls like me come a dime a dozen. It kind of messed with my ego a little bit. I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, I was glad that he said that because that made me step my game up even more. Because if somebody tell you women like you come a dime a dozen, they only want to be with you for the wrong reasons. For fun. For play. Nothing serious. They ain't staying for the stay. They just there to play. So anyway, getting back to the point, because I don't want to keep talking about that. So women, men, parents, single parents, grandma, grandpa, even if you're an adopted parent, even if you're a foster parent, I'm begging you, watch your kids. Watch, especially, if they're inspiring actors, or if they're inspiring artists, if they're inspiring, whatever they are, if they are in the arts, protect them. And for some reason, I just pray, for a lot of the African American athletes, especially the men. Please be careful. Get you a spiritual advisor to pray for you. Some of these men who have success, some of these men, no matter who it is, it can all be taken and ripped from you for making one bad decision for the person you get involved with. So I just say, have discernment. Have somebody that pray for you. Get you a spiritual advisor, somebody that can tell you, look, that ain't it there. That ain't your wife. That ain't your husband. That ain't, you get you somebody. I mean, I know sometimes it can get lonely at the top. It took me a long time. I was engaged a few times, but I was so thankful that I waited for my husband, because I would have already been divorced a couple of times, because I would have married for the wrong reasons. I didn't marry for looks. I married for stability. I didn't marry because, this or that. I married for stability, and I also married someone who respects my individuality. And that's what is important, because as you get older, looks will fade. Yes, you will gain weight, like me. That just happens. So you can't be superficial when you're looking for a mate. Like the family pastor, he told me, he says, Obama didn't get where he got if it wasn't for Michelle. I was like, what? I was like, okay, all right, you need to find you a Michelle. Oh yeah. Or Beyonce. Get you a Michelle, get you a Beyonce. You can't go wrong. But like I said, when you get a certain age, girls, you don't have a type. Please, guys, be careful of the gold diggers. Be careful getting sucker punched by the females in the streets. Okay, so I don't know what I touched bases on the last time, but I'm going to try to go over this again, because I had a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so I already did, so I'm going to post those up on my YouTube video. So I already did February and March. So I'm going to do April and May. And if I can, I'm going to do June and July. It depends on what I can do, because I'm not going to be here late, because I'm still at the shop. Also, we got some different things coming up. We got some retreat stuff coming up if you guys want to join us for that. If you're going to be in town, it's RSVP. Okay, I will start seeing clients again, readings probably maybe the third week of September, something like that. So I'm not doing anything like that right now. Also, I am doing quick reads, so if you want to ask any questions, you can always do that. Okay, so the recap is, I'm going to tell you what I saw. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I didn't miss anything from last time. But I am going to post it on my YouTube, so you guys can always just go and look at what I said the day before yesterday. Because yesterday I was tired. I was like, and plus I only work here 3 days out of the week. I'm here at the shop. I'm here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and Saturdays by appointment only. But you can still come anytime, because if I'm not here, the shop manager is. So let me see what I missed out on. Okay. Okay, I think I already did this one. I don't want to go over it. I think I had mentioned that before, like married people want to date married people. So you got people that's like married that want to date somebody else that's married. I don't know. Maybe it's some type of polygamy, or somebody wants to be a part of a polygamous relationship. I don't know. I think that's what I talked about so much stuff last week. But maybe I'll go over that towards the end. So let's talk about the new stuff. Let me see. Da 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 da. You have to be very, very careful. You have a male friend that is envious of you. Like they see opportunities that they won't tell you about. Also, a trans woman is going to tell your wife, whoever you are, if you're dating a trans woman or a woman that is, attractive and, she kind of look like a real girl, she's about to tell. She's planning to tell your wife. She's planning to tell, so be careful of that. I'm going to try to knock this out. I don't want to be here all night. Okay, it's saying a reality TV star is mad that someone don't want them. He he said that she's too old. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, and that she's too old, and saying that she should have stayed with her husband. I don't know. That's why I say a lot of these women don't want to grow up. They could be in their 40s and 50s and still acting like they 12. It's like, I don't know. If your husband ain't choking you out and fighting you and beating you up, you might want to stay with him. I mean, one thing about being married, you can work on making it great. No relationship is perfect. It's not. Or you can get counseling. But if you're not getting beat up and nobody's choking you in your sleep and trying to hurt you, and and he's not cheating on you, and he ain't got 1,000 chicks or whatever, and as far as I know, you know he ain't doing nothing, whatever, why not work it out? Because if somebody's cheating on you and somebody is out here being with different people, they could be bored, they could be tired, but it doesn't mean that you have to leave. You could get counseling. Sometimes relationships get a little boring. That's why you have to have your own individuality. That's why I travel. I go wherever I want to go. I do whatever I want to do. And my husband don't complain. Plus, I'm not interested in nobody else. Like, I don't hook up with other dudes. I don't do any of that. So I think that's one of the situations that makes it kind of cool. And not even that, I respect my husband's individuality, and he respects my individuality. So that means if you are in a relationship, you have to respect the person's individuality. A lot of people don't want to do that for some reason. I don't understand. So you got to be mindful of that a lot of times people want to control everybody. You can't control everybody. The only thing you're going to be controlling is your temper when they leave you. So you got to, might as well put that in check real quick. But anyway, so as I was saying that there's a reality TV star or whatever, I don't know if they're on cable, I don't know, is mad that someone don't want them. He said to them that he thinks that she's too old and that she should have stayed with her husband. I don't know. My spirit got jokes. It says co-parenting, joint custody. Says something about co-parenting, joint custody. So if you're a man and you don't want to pay child support, just apply for joint custody, and just do joint custody, and then you don't have to pay that much for child support. I don't want any women to be mad at me, but guys, if you know you love your kid, you know you love your child, and you know you love being a dad, just apply for joint custody, and then you both split the bill in the middle. Because I had this one goddaughter of mine, and I told her, I said, be careful. I said, because he's going to try to take your son. Or whomever, your daughter. And she was like, oh, no. She was ignoring everything I said, and everything I told her exactly happened, exactly. And if she would have listened to me, she wouldn't have had none of the problems that she had, because ultimately the dude had got full custody, and now she has to visit on the weekends. So, I mean, a lot of times these women are having kids because they think it's like, like it's like one of those money gumball machines. Like, okay, well, I'm going to get a lottery ticket just by, having a kid with somebody. And then they get embarrassed when the guy go and get joint custody. So men and women apply for joint custody. Ain't nobody letting nobody get money out of them no more like that. People work too hard for their coins. Only a fool would let somebody do that to them. And I guarantee you, half of these people that got themselves in trouble with these broads that did all this shit to them, if they would have came to somebody like me, it never would have happened. I had a friend of mine last year around this time, and when I was in Jersey, he had let this female, a Caucasian lady, live with him, and this guy's a brother. She lied, and because she wanted to take everything he has, and she lied to the police and said that he tried to molest her and tried to destroy this man's life. So we had to act quick, and he did everything I recommended. And of course we did some prayers, and of course we had to fly out to Jersey to help him. And I was furious because I couldn't believe that this was happening to a friend of mine. But he don't listen. I told him, I said, do not help this chick out. As a matter of fact, don't help none of these people out. Be very careful who you help. And he doesn't listen. And every time I tell him not to do something, it happened. But this time, he almost went to prison because this woman said that he touched her. So as we proceeded and I started helping him, I promise you, she went to court crying and telling the courts the truth, that she lied, and she was mad because he wanted to put her out the house. He was doing a favor for a friend, and the woman did not want to leave. She wanted to take his place and kick him out. And he had a beautiful place in Edgewater. Oh my God, right off the water. If anybody know about Edgewater, Jersey, they know how Edgewater has, like they got that beautiful, that, when you drive down, I think it's Riverside or what, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, if you know anything about Jersey, you can see New York across this waterfront. It's so beautiful. It's like very elegant. This woman was trying to take everything he got and trying to kick him out of his own place. And I told him, I was like, well, what you want to do? So you got to keep in mind, these are times where you have to be spiritually protected to fight and keep what you have, because people will try to destroy you and take what you have by any means necessary. So you really have to be careful of that energy, because the devil works through people. The devil can't hurt you himself. He can't. He works through people. So that's what you have to do. You have to understand how to trick the evil spirit. You have to trick it. So what you do, when you know somebody is going to hurt you, first of all, you got to act unbothered. And you got to act like you don't even care. Because you can't do nothing about what they going to do. The only thing you can do is something about it. Is how you react to it. So that means, like, I know people that have done stuff to me. I've had celebrities do stuff to me. Women that don't like me. I've even had hateful females try to send something to me. I'm like, I don't even fucking know you. You know what I'm saying? So I just ignore it because I know it's them. So what I do, I just let it. I just ignore it. And that's what you have to do. You have to ignore it. Because at the end of the day, when you're on any platform and you're in the forefront and you got people looking at you, so what if people judge you? Who cares? That's part of life, but you still got to be yourself. But what I was going to say is that a lot of these men, please be careful of letting women live in your house that you don't know. Okay? Because by the grace of God, if my friend did not have me as a friend, his life would have been destroyed. And he's a brother. And I'm telling you, by the grace of God, this woman got a chance to see he has family that love him, and he had me as a god sister that was able to help him. And she went to court and told them, look, she basically said she felt bad about what she did, and she was angry that he wanted her out of his house. So the thing about it, you got to be very careful of someone wanting to have what you got and willing to do whatever they can do to destroy you. Now, if you ain't got people around you that love you and people that has the spiritual gifts of discernment, it will save you the headache. It will save you the problems. Like I had my goddaughter, I did a reading like earlier this year. I think it was last year. And I was telling people to be careful of real estate fraud. Be careful of fake contracts. I was telling people to be careful of land contracts. And then she came to me a few months later and was like, oh, godmother, this happened to me. They tried to get her to do a $10,000 down payment, and they never wanted her to get the house. So they tried to take the house from her. And by the end of the day, everything worked out in her favor. But you have to be very careful of that stuff, too. People trying to, play you with fake paperwork. And I think that's what I was talking about. You got to be careful of any kind of business deals, fake paperwork. You got to be careful of any type of lawyers stealing money from you. Okay, so let's see what else we got to see, because I'm just kind of doing a quick story time. Anyway, but females, please, men, mother, father, grandpas, adopted parents, foster parents, if you have a child or inspiring athlete that's going to be great, protect them. Protect them. Have them pray and have them with spiritual protection all around them. So if someone tries to spiritually manipulate your son or your daughter, you know it. Pray for God to put a shield of protection around them, so nobody will mess with their destiny. Because you got people that's with people that don't even belong with them. You got people that have had children with somebody, all due to spiritual love magic to make them be with them. People that they don't even want. And then they wonder why the person cheating on them all the time. It's because you did spiritual work on them and they don't want you. How you gonna just do spiritual work and try to make somebody be with you? If they don't want you, they gonna cheat on you. And that's what a person will do if they don't want you. So, you can't feel sorry for a person out here telling everybody, oh, I did this, I'm doing that, I do this type of spiritual work. No. If you do it on somebody and making them be with you, eventually they're going to fucking leave you, because it's not blessed by God. No relationship that's not blessed by the divine, that's what happens. They'll cheat on you. They call it, it's a name for it, they'll be a philanderer. They'll be, a philanderer is a person that wants to be with different women. Like they'll go to that woman or they'll see that woman. If you with somebody and you trying to make them be with you, okay, maybe it might last for a minute. But then when they see somebody that they really want and they really didn't want to be with you, you got some men that really like a certain type of black woman that they'll date. But then you'll have somebody from another culture or race or whatever that'll do something to them and make them put their energy towards them. And the guy will be wondering, like, why am I with this person? It's because the woman has to keep doing work just to keep the man with her, because the guy is not going to stay with her at all, no matter what they do. So if you getting somebody just because you think you want them and you don't want to see them with nobody else, and you got these women that's out here doing this stuff, first of all, the heart wants what the heart wants. The man is going to eventually find his way back to the woman he really supposed to be with. Because one day, he going to wake up out of that spell and going to say, why am I with this chick? So a lot of these men, make sure you with somebody for the right reasons, and make sure somebody really loves you. Because if somebody really loves you, they don't want nothing from you. They just want you. Trust me, that's how you know. That's how you know when a woman really wants you, because she don't want nothing from you but you. And all she wants you to do is cheer her on while she becomes great. That's all she wants. She just wants you to love her and respect her. They don't want nothing from you. Okay, so okay, so it's saying that okay, so you have an ex is very angry that because you moved and you live somewhere else, and they're not happy about that, because apparently they had been stalking you. And it says beware of Okay, it's saying something about somebody chasing clout. Let me see, I wrote this stuff down months ago because every time the Spirit told me something, I wrote it down. Yeah, you got somebody, they're chasing clout. So what they're doing is trying to make like a fake beef with someone just so they can get attention. And it's saying, it's nothing wrong with making new friends, but be very, very careful. There's like a particular culture, or it says of, not, I wouldn't say a race of people or a person that is of a different culture. And it's like almost like they want to have more African American women friends. Like there's a certain class of woman or women that want to start inviting more African American women in their group, or they want to start adding more African American women in their club or in their little group. So you got to be very, very careful, because it's saying that these women that are trying to pull you in to be a part of their club or their group or coven, because you got a lot of these people that's got covens. It's almost like they want to know your secret sauce. They want to be friends with you because they want to know what's up with you. And they might be the ones that was attacking you, and they wonder why it ain't working. So they want to know, what's your secret sauce? They want to know. Believe me, I have people that have sent stuff my way that's mad because I don't want to help them no more. People that I still help, and I'll still do prayers and do stuff for them, and they don't even know that I'm doing it. But I have some people that I completely cut off, and they cannot contact me no more. So they'll try to send little spiritual daggers, and I just laugh at it. I'm like, okay, what you want me to do? So you got to understand that if people are mad that they can't manipulate you, then they'll be hateful towards you, and then they'll try to wish the worst, and then they wonder like, wow, I can't believe this person is, none of the stuff I'm doing is working. Well, the only thing they just need to do is move on. They need to move on with their life, because apparently you can't stop God's work. You can't stop God if he's blessing someone. You can't stop him. So they can stay mad, and they're probably going to be mad for a long time. Spirit is saying a kitchen witch, somebody that does little spills in the kitchen, will be in the afterworld. They won't be here anymore. And this kitchen witch has been doing this for a long time. But like I said, they've been doing it for a long time. So she's a kitchen witch. And what's really amazing is this kitchen witch had beat cancer. She actually, basically, that was, God blessed her to beat cancer, and then she's still back to her old rotten ways. So this time, the Spirit don't have no mercy. So unless she repents, you can always ask God for forgiveness. Spirit is saying, don't get your wedding rings clean. Don't get your wedding rings clean, because they're going to take the stone out. Somebody's going to steal the stone. So if you got a place where you go and get your wedding, like when I don't even let nobody touch my rings. I just clean my stuff myself. If a stone is missing, I'll take it back to the place where I bought it. But I clean my own rings. But it's saying do not take it to any random jewelry cleaner, because they're saying they're going to switch the stones. So the Spirit is saying do not go get your wedding ring clean. Clean it yourself. You can do that stuff yourself at home. Again, the Spirit is saying, do not get your wedding ring clean, because they're going to switch the stones out. So be careful of that. Oh, God, yeah. So we'll take the diamond out and put a less quality one in it. So be careful of that. Spirit is saying, wait to buy a new car. And I don't know. It's like you got somebody who wants to see you gain weight. Like they want to see. I mean, first of all, if you're a little thick and you're a little self-conscious about your weight, look, if you thick or thin, if somebody like you, they gonna like it. Some men like thick women. My husband do. I don't understand it because I told him, I was like, I want to lose 15 pounds. I lost weight a few months back and I gained it all back. So I lost the weight and I gained it back. So I go up and down with my weight. My husband's like, oh no, I love the way you look, blah, blah, blah. But when somebody really like you, they're not going to be superficial. They're not going to be like, oh, you should have a super small waistline. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Sometimes people are just attracted to your spirit. I was looking at, I think, the 600 pound, what is it called, the 600 pound show or whatever. Some of those women had men that was really down for the struggle. So, to each his own. Some men like thick women. So I'm just letting you know. Don't have nobody out here on social media trying to tell you, oh, you should look a certain way, or you should lose weight, or you should this and that, this and that. If they did all that and they ain't got no man, don't listen to them. If they did all that work and ain't nobody proposed yet, the only thing they want is some playtime with them. And they ain't there to stay a long time, only just temporary. So all I'm trying to tell you girls, don't be listening to somebody telling you, oh, you got to look like, extra thin. Because being thin is a trend and being thick is a trend. But men like what they like and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Now, unless it's a woman that like women, and now, I think all women are beautiful. I'm not attracted to women, but I think women are beautiful. All women, shapes and sizes. I think they're beautiful. I give women compliments all the time. My husband be like, why are you telling her that she look nice? Because she do. I'm not a hater. I love giving people compliments. Like my clients, I always give them advice on how to shine and how to be superstars. How could you be great if people can't be great with you? I always tell, everybody that I help, trust me, I promise you, unless they got some other issues going on, they got the same spirit I got. They're full of life. They're go-getters. They're not haters. They're not jealous-hearted. They're not, we all got that same energy. Like, no matter what. Now, if somebody got some issues with me, they got issues with themselves. Because I'm cool with everybody and I never change. Like, people be like, I am so surprised, Sandy. You really are a good-hearted person. See, that's the part that everybody see. But the ones that be surprised about is when they get cut off. That's the surprise. They can't believe that. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe this chick ain't a succotash. That they can't sucker me into doing stuff no more. But see, it's not even about that. It's like, when you're a good-hearted person, people will continue to try to, do the ziggity boom on you, but when they see it don't work, usually they'll find their own way. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this long. I'm going to continue to try to go as long as I can. But yeah, I'm going to go on until, because my battery is really low. Let's see. It's saying, oh God, there's so many notes here. It's saying that, oh God, so many of them. It says, I think I mentioned that women, be careful of a jealous male friend. He's a friend, but he's jealous of you. He's a Scorpio. Be careful of a jealous Scorpio male friend. Now, I don't know if he likes you, or maybe he's mad because he can't be with you, but be careful what you tell him, because he's gonna sabotage you in something big that you're trying to do. It's something really, really amazing you're trying to do. And this so-called friend who's a Scorpio, he's a November Scorpio. He's a November Scorpio. I'm going to have to pause this because I'm going to have to, just give me 1 second, I'm going to pause this. He's a November Scorpio, and you have to be very careful because it's saying that he's going to sabotage a really big deal that's coming. And it's saying, You have to do something to honor your ancestors. You got to dedicate a mass at the church. You know, why so many cultures are thriving, a lot of the different cultures are thriving, is because they honor their ancestors. Okay, so definitely try to do something that, it's saying something about a product recall, something about a product that's going to be recalled. So be mindful of that. And don't be a yes person. If you say no, mean no. Don't be like agreeing with somebody. If somebody do something you don't like, say no, I don't like that. I don't appreciate it, and no, I want to be a part of it. You got to let people know. You got to say no. You know, you can't just let people try to run you around and make you do what they want you to do. Just say no, I don't want to do it. It's saying that you got to be careful of mail fraud, credit card fraud. Somebody's been trying to use your information, and also it's saying that somebody's trying to use somebody's passport to travel. Yeah, it's saying that somebody's trying to use somebody's passport to travel, and it's saying that if you lost your passport, you need to report it, because somebody could have stole it and trying to use it. So be careful of that. So be careful that someone got somebody's passport and trying to use it. It's saying that I think I mentioned something like you got to be careful of hidden cameras, some type of hidden cameras in your house or in your bedroom. But also the Spirit is saying you got to be careful of going to some of those hotels that are owned by some of the Indians, people from India. They be having hidden cameras in their hotel. You got to check the mirrors. Be careful, because you could be recorded and not know it. Okay? And Spirit is saying check the reviews. It's saying something about Indian food, Indian restaurants. Check the reviews. Check the hotels, check the reviews, because it's saying something about somebody is recording somebody in a hotel, or they got hidden cameras in their hotel. So check the rooms, check the mirrors, check it, because they could be recording you, and they can get in trouble for that. Okay, so I think I mentioned it before, but it's saying somebody may have to get a C-section that's pregnant and that's going to be having a baby soon. They may have to get a C-section just for safety reasons, because they may be high risk. So the Spirit is saying that they may have to get a C-section during the pregnancy. I'm going to have to plug this phone in. Let me see, because I'm trying to go over it really quick. And I'm going to go over it one more time just in case if anybody missed anything. It's saying that there's somebody want to take medicine. Like it's medicine that they've been prescribed. But the Spirit is saying they want to say, oh, I'm going to take more than one. Let me see what it's going to do. If you see somebody taking more than one of the dosage that they're supposed to take, report them. Report them and talk to their doctor about what they're doing. Because this saying that by them playing games with this medicine and they want to see what it's going to do, it's saying that that may be their last breath. So they fooling around with the foolery, because they're taking this medicine because they say it's for pain, but they like the way it makes them feel. And it's more of like you have to report it. I would report it, because if somebody's taking more than one of the dosage that they're supposed to be taking, that's almost like, you playing games with death. You gotta play. If someone knows somebody in their family or a friend, anybody that's doing this, I'm gonna take more than one. I'm gonna see what it's gonna do. I'm gonna see how it's gonna make me feel. It's prescribed medicine. Report them. Tell their doctor. Call somebody and help them, because they're gonna end up taking too many of them, and they're not gonna wake up. So somebody's playing games with their prescription medicine, and they're going to try to blame the doctor for it, but this person is being reckless with the medicine that they have. And they could have been selling some of their pills too. So whoever you are, if you're selling some of this medication, you're going to end up getting in trouble. Because once the doctor and they find out that you're doing it, you're going to get in trouble. Because you can get in trouble for selling your medication as well. So it's saying whoever you are, you're apparently selling the medicine, and you seeing that you're making money selling your pills, but then now you want to see why people want them so bad. You're going to find out soon when it's some slow singing when you in the afterworld. So you might want to, I wouldn't want to figure out what they're doing, but if you really don't need this medicine, you need to be careful, because they're like, the spirit is saying they want to see what it's going to do. I want to see what it's going to do. What's going to happen? So they got this medicine, they really shouldn't have it, but they want to overtake too much of it. Like they want to, I don't want to say they're going to over, whatever, but I think they want to take more than the normal usage and dosage, just to see how it's going to make them feel, because they're wondering why people want to buy their pills. And my condolences to anybody who abused their medicine. God bless their souls, and may their souls rest in peace. But like I said, I'm telling you right now, if you know somebody that's selling pills, or they taking medicine and they, taking more than they should, report them so they won't do it anymore. Okay, so let me see what else, because I'm going to have to pause it, because I might have to plug my phone in. Okay, someone's saying that, someone is saying they are a fake Muslim. Like somebody's like, wear the wraps. They got, how they have the little, I can't pronounce what it is, but they're saying that they're not a real Muslim. So you got to keep in mind, real Muslims can spot a fake Muslim. So if you out here wearing the little wraps, or maybe I don't know, it's saying that it could be like a person that's trying to hide from ISIS, or trying to, not ISIS, but from immigrations, and they're trying to blend in with the Middle Easterns or something. They wear the wraps, trying to blend in with the Middle Easterns, trying to pretend like they part of their, whatever. They're gonna get in trouble. Okay, because somebody spotted them as fake. So they're saying somebody is a fake Muslim. They're pretending like they're a Muslim, and they're not. You can't be playing with that stuff. Like, I take religion very seriously. I've studied theology. Look, I know how the Muslims work. I'm not Muslim, but I respect it. Let me say this to you. You can't play with games with stuff like that. You can't sit up here and say you Muslim and you practice that religion and you know what the rules are. You can't do that. It's like you cursing yourself. So whoever you are out there trying to, say you believe in something and you ain't respectful to that, I respect the Muslim culture. I respect, what they do. And I think it's great. I just think it's awesome. But if you're out here trying to be like a fake Muslim and somebody's getting ready to catch you, you can't fool them, because they're going to get you. They're gonna put you on Front Street and you're going to get embarrassed. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we got that out the way. Oh my God, I'm going to have to plug my phone in soon. So don't forget to do the mass for your family. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of the cultures are thriving, because they honor their ancestors. So if you're wondering why so many different cultures, like the Africans, the people from India, the Asians, the Latinos, a lot of them honor their ancestors. That's why they're thriving, because they acknowledge where they come from. And the thing about it, I am just elated and just happy to see African Americans like myself honoring where we come from. We honor our ancestors. We honor our lineage, because we are our ancestors. Like it or not. Brown skin, light skin, this, that, because we come in all shades. We come in all shades. And we have to embrace where we come from and just be gracious for that, because at the end of the day, we are our ancestors. So we have to acknowledge that, and we have to just be so thankful for the fact that we come from a great lineage, and just be thankful that you're here. Life is the best adventure you could ever have. Now, look, I'm going to have to pause this for a minute. I'm going to have to plug my phone in, and we're going to finish up, because I gotta leave, but I'm going to pause it for 1 second.